They say that if you feel a sudden chill in a crowded room, a spirit has just passed through. But what do you call it when that chill stays with you for 10 years? What I am about to tell you is a truth I have kept bird since I was 15, because I know that if I speak its name, it might finally finish what it started that night in the woods. Stay with me until the end, and you shall understand why I have not slept with the lights off since. This happened back when our school trip went to an area where the road ended and the silence of death began. Our camp was set in a part of that dense forest where even the birds were afraid to flap their wings. During the day, everyone was laughing and joking. But as soon as the sun began to set, the entire atmosphere shifted. It felt as if the forest was standing there with open arms ready to swallow us whole. It was 2 a.m. The silence was so deep that I could clearly hear the sound of my own breathing. All my friends were fast asleep. That's when a strange sound hit my ears. Tap, tap, tap. It sounded like someone was walking barefoot outside my tent. I thought maybe it was a mischievous friend, but then the sound stopped and someone placed their hand against the fabric of my tent. I could clearly see a silhouette standing outside because of the shadow it cast inward. It was not human. The fingers were unusually long and pointed. My throat had gone bone dry with fear. I gathered my courage and very slowly began to pull the zipper of the tent down. Zip. Outside the fog was so thick that nothing was visible. I looked around, no one was there, but as soon as my eyes fell open, an old twisted tree standing right in front of me, my heart stopped. A shadow was standing there, 7 feet tall, pitch black, with no eyes, yet I knew it was staring right at me. That shadow began to move toward me. It was not walking, it was gliding through the air, floating in my direction. I wanted to scream, but my voice was trapped in my throat. It got so close that I could feel its icy breath on my face, and then someone placed a hand on my shoulder. I would have screamed my lungs out, but it was my teacher. He asked, "Son, what are you doing out here so late?" I pointed toward the tree with trembling hands, but there was nothing there anymore. Only the silent forest remained. The next morning, as we were leaving, my eyes fell upon the ground outside my tent. There were no human footprints. Instead, there were the marks of animal hooves, an animal that was walking on two legs, and one that had followed our bus the entire way back. I am still afraid today because as I record this, I can see those some hoof prints in the dirt outside my window. That shadow did not just follow the bus, it followed me home.